All right, y'all know what it is. It's up, and we got to get right into it. Your favorite cousin checking in, Young Joc. What up, Miss Shanika? What up, Shouted? Yeah. We are Young Joc in the Streetz Morning Takeover. This morning, man, we got a special situation because we're talking about it. It's national news now, all over headlines. We're sitting here this morning with Judge Christina Peterson. I don't know if you've seen the situation, but it's been alleged that she attacked the Atlanta police officer and has been charged with it. Also, she'll definitely be able to give her recount of what took place. Accompanying her is the victim in the situation as well, Alexandria Love. I guess I could say everyone in the situation is a victim at this point. But I want to get right into it. Good morning. How y'all doing?
Good morning. Very well.
All right, so we've been seeing it all over the news. You've been charged with, I would say, attacking a police officer. Mm-hmm. If you could, so we don't have to narrate it. You guys just want to tell us what actually took place this night?
Would you like to start, Miss Love?
Yes. So about 2:58, I got a text message from a friend that he was at the food truck and come order some food. I then proceeded to step out of Red Martini, go to the food truck and order food. There was a lady on the right of me and a tall guy behind me. And as I told my friend what I wanted to eat, the lady proceeds to say to me that I cut the line. And I'm like, oh, no, I'm not trying to cut the line. I'm just trying to order my food. My friend is up here at the front of the line, and I'm about to get out the way. She's like, well, you bumped me also. So I apologized. I said, well, I don't believe I bumped you, but if I bumped you, I apologize for that. She proceeded to say, we've been here waiting. The guys behind me saying, yeah, we've been here waiting, calling me out my name, BITCHs. And that's when I turn around and I look at him because I'm appalled. Like, are you serious right now? I ain't said nothing to you, and I'm being called out my name. Mm-hmm. So the girl, she's like, don't look at him, don't talk to him, it's between me and you. And I'm like, actually, there's nothing going on between me and you because I just apologized, and at this point, I'm done talking to y'all. And I shut up. By this time, the lady, she keeps going on with the conversation with the guy. She's saying, oh, BITCHs think that they're pretty, and they're going to continue to get pretty privileges, and the guy is agreeing with her, calling me whores and BITCHs. And so I'm like, okay, at this point, I feel like my life is being threatened. So I do a whole 360 and turn around and face both of them. And I proceed to say, I just apologized to you. Why are you carrying on this conversation? I look at him. I said, and you as a grown man, why are you trying to provoke me as a woman, calling me out my name? And I ain't said 3 words to you. I ain't said nothing to you. So this is when it started getting more rowdy. Because at this point, she's going off, and I'm like, y'all are crazy. I'm just telling them about themselves. He then steps in front of her as she take her shoes off, trying to come to me. I'm like, oh, this is what we're doing. And he jumps in front of her, and he pushes me. It wasn't a light push. It was a tackle. Like I was being tackled. That's why my elbows are scratched up. My thumb, I forgot my brace when I got out the shower because I was rushing. My thumb is messed up. I keep getting spasms through my wrist. I had a black eye.
You still got it. I'm sorry.
Kind
of. I'm sorry.
I kind of still have a black eye. Yeah. He proceeded to push me down. I get up. I start taking off my heels because my heels are wrapped around my ankles at this point. The man is literally standing in my face in the video. Standing in my face, yelling at me, end it, because that's in the car right now. In the trunk. Talking about killing me. So I proceed to walk to the left of him out his face, and he follows me. And that's when he threw a punch, and I jumped back, and I got in my stance. Like, my dad ain't taught me how to stand.
Okay, so let's fast forward it, because, it's a lot of theater of the mind. You're trying to figure out, where did you come into this conflict? How did you come into this conversation?
I don't know Miss Love, and I didn't know her during this incident or before. I'm just standing out in line trying to get, a little processed hot dog, that I didn't need at that time. But I come up, well, actually, I didn't hear any of whatever confrontation she is describing. I was just standing in line waiting on food. And it was a long line. It was taking quite some time. But I just saw a man rush past me punching on a woman. That's all I saw. And at that point, when I saw it, just automatically I went into, okay, let me try to, I just didn't see anybody helping or trying to stop it. So I just went into okay, let me try to stop. I mean, I can't do anything. I can't punch him. I can't hit him. Let me try to see if I can pull him off. Because it was like he was pursuing her. he was walking, she was walking backwards and he was walking forwards, punching her. So what I tried to do once they walked past me was pull on his shirt to pull him, like to try to slow his stride so she could get away. But after I don't know what happened in that mix, then a guy just took her, and I'm like, so this guy, I knew he wasn't trying to help her. Why do you have your hands on her? So I was like, I just seen the trauma she had just gone through in the attack. So I just walked up and tried to tell the man, whoever that man was, get your hands off of her. It wasn't an officer. It was a man. I don't know if he was security, because the Red Martini security has on red shirts. He had on black, like the dude who was attacking her. So I was like, get your hands off. I don't know who you are. Just get your hands off her. And he never let her go. So I'm just keep telling her, I'm trying to grab for her arm, get your hands off her. And then I guess it's the officer now, but my focus was on her at the time. But I guess he's trying to grab at my arm. And finally I say, stop touching me. And then I just get knocked out. That's what it was. And then after that, I get cuffs put on me. And then at that time, people tell the officer that's a judge. And once I get to the car, then the officer alleges that I punched him. So I was arrested at that time he said it was disorderly conduct. 7 to 8 hours later, when I was finally taken to the jail, I was told I'm arrested for felony obstruction and battery on an officer. Originally, when I was arrested, I was told I punched an officer in the head. Now it's alleged that I pushed him. So that's where we're at.
Now, how does this play out? Because now, as I'm reading headlines and things like that, I'm saying former judge, you lose your job behind this.
Yes, I did. And it's not just, I didn't just lose my job behind this. I've lost my job it's been attacks gradually. It's not just been this. This has been it's been a systemic plot to get rid of. I don't know if you're familiar with Douglas County, Georgia.
I am.
Okay.
I live there. I've been on probation there. I did everything there. I had to defend myself. I've worked with the kids in the community there, so I'm very familiar with Douglas County and the politics.
I just gotta add this just to back up what you're saying.
Okay.
And this is just being a transparent moment. You and I spoke 2022.
Okay.
About this, and we were having a conversation. We were doing an event,
yes,
a give back event with the kids and whatnot. And in the midst of that event, you said, you know what? Somebody needs to highlight the way these officials are being attacked. These black officials are being attacked. You told me this in 2022.
I did.
And when I looked at you, I saw everything from as great as that moment we were having. You looked deep into my eyes and you said, this is a very serious issue and someone needs to address it because it's being smoothed over and people are overlooking it. And so to see you here today with this type of situation, my heart goes out to you because, I watched the video. Mm-hmm. A lot of people have definitely had some negative things to say. No, they weren't there. And you're getting a lot of backlash because some people, when you get a title, people don't necessarily think that you're human.
Right.
You're only that title. And in that moment, it was a confrontation, altercation. You got involved. You got knocked out. This young lady, she's got bruises all over. You got bruises. You actually have one of the witnesses here with you as well, the main witness who's been advocating for justice for this situation, who everyone seems to be overlooking. Because it's like there's a witness, but you still got these charges.
Okay.
Because I did see the video.
Yeah.
I've been following the story. I actually saw you on another video. I guess when the lady was got 20 days for
2 days. That was the mispublication of that was the media. Okay.
It was on but my thing is, post you being arrested and the behavior that you displayed, do you think that that's becoming of someone who's sitting on the bench and who's supposed to represent justice and not cause dismay?
Well, I would say this. At the beginning of the day and at the end, I'm a human being, and I deserve justice just as you do. I believe we're misunderstanding and mischaracterizing what we're looking at here. My rights were violated. So you're talking about someone who fights for your rights, and I protect you. I protected you as a lawyer. I protected you as a prosecutor. I protected you as a judge. Where's the protection for me? Where's the protection for women? Where's the protection for black women? So I'm saying when you're looking at the after effects, you're looking at, oh, she was using profanity, which is not becoming for sure. But let's address how I got unlawful force by an officer. I've never been punched out. I've never been hit, knocked down by an officer. I've never been lied on by an officer. So have you been lied on? Have your brothers been lied on? They gives you another type of feeling of infuriation, coupled with what I've had to endure all of these years, protecting you, protecting your rights, fighting for the rights of people. It's like, I can fight for you. I can stand on the front line to fight for you as an attorney and as a judge. I'm on the front line fighting for equal justice. But when something happens to me, y'all are like, that's not becoming. Like, the thing is, I shouldn't have to cuss. The people out there should have been fighting for me. They should have been advocating for me. So yeah, it's very frustrating, and it's not becoming. But in that moment, I was a woman that had been hit by a man. I'm not used to that. You see how frustrated and upset I was for her being attacked? I hadn't even been touched at that time. And I was saying, get your effing hands off of her. I hadn't been hit. But then after I've been hit, I'm very upset. So that's kind of where we were.
All right, let me ask this. So the guy, the attacker in the situation, I'm not hearing a lot of people talk about him at all. What is his current situation?
Really, I can't really go into details, but the warrants are out.
So he didn't get arrested?
No, they didn't
night?
do nothing. Nobody did anything. Everybody was running to the police car. I have footage of them running to the police car. That man just slung that woman. That man just pushed that woman. That man just beat that woman. That man, and guess what all they did? Oh, guess what they did? Took her, 5 cops, left.
The purpose was not for justice of the victim. The purpose at that moment was to take down a sitting judge. As I stated, it was a setup. As I have been talking about, it was a setup. You had 5 officers putting me in a car. Nobody spoke to this
Nobody
lady.
talked to me.
Nobody spoke. Nobody apprehended the man who attacked her. Once I was put in the car by 5 officers and drove off,
Wow.
they had to call the officers back to make a report.
Young Joc in the Streetz Morning Takeover. We are back. Miss Shanika and Shouter this morning was sitting in with Judge Christina Peterson, and she's accompanied by Marvin Arrington Jr.
Good morning.
Good morning. How are you doing?
Good morning.
The great. Let's put that on now.
All right.
So apparently you're representing.
Yes, I'm representing Judge Peterson. I think this case, we're looking forward to her complete exoneration. She did not do anything wrong. She was simply a good Samaritan trying to help a woman that was under attack. And so, we're just looking forward to her complete exoneration. We've seen the officer change the story. Initially, he said he was struck with a fist. Now they're stating that she pushed him twice and swiped his hands away. They say that they were there to investigate the fight, but they did not speak with any witness. You can see in the video there are like 50 witnesses out there.
Right.
They didn't speak with the victim. They didn't speak with the assailant. They didn't detain the man. 5 police cars pulled up, and all 5 police cars drove away after Judge Peterson was arrested, to the point where the victim and her friends had to sit there, call the police back out to the scene
To file a report? Hell.
That's disgusting.
And then the police report says that the victim was being escorted out of the club. Well, we know that everyone was already outside of the club. They were in line waiting for food. So the police report is completely inaccurate. And the original statement, the warrant, the affidavit warrant, the warrant that was made by the officer said that it was a closed fist and that the body cam footage would support that. That statement made to the judge was made under oath, under penalty of perjury. Well, I think that officer is going to have some explaining to do. We're going to move to quash that arrest warrant because it's inaccurate.
I like the way you just laid that out. You are a lawyer, and I'm sure you're an attorney and a judge. I just, I've been through the legal system on both sides. And I just, I've been trained to know how to act. Why wouldn't you think playing it in public opinion instead of remaining silent and fighting it in the court? What's that strategy?
Well, I mean, I think it's two battles, right? You got to fight on all fronts, right? You can't just fight on one front and give or retreat on the other one. So I think in this particularly, because she is a judge, that we have to also fight the public battle, the perception battle, right? And so there's more, as you stated, there's more going on than just this judge got arrested for hitting the cop. The judge wasn't even involved in the fight. She didn't know these people. She was a witness trying to help a lady. I guess they say, no good deed goes unpunished, right? And so the judge is there trying to do a good deed and gets punished and arrested. She's the only person that got arrested for, I don't know, I guess allegedly for disorderly conduct at first, but, now striking an officer. So, it's just one of those things that you have to fight, another battle. We'll file all the appropriate paperwork to fight this in court. I've already reached out to District Attorney Fonnie Willis. She was a classmate of mine from Emory Law School. So I at least, can have a conversation with her.
She drank Grey Goose.
Don't do that.
Well, look,
all right.
She's a black woman. You're not going to be able to tell her what to do. Fonnie Willis going to do what she want to do. But I could at least sit down and have a real conversation with her about what happened, look at the video, and, assess how this case needs to be resolved.
And so was there any conversation with the police chief at all?
No, I haven't spoken with the police chief because, once the police have arrested her, it's now in the hands of Fulton County. She's charged with a felony. And so the district attorney's office will have to be the ones to indict the case or not indict the case. And so that is really where we are now, at least on the legal side.
All right, we're back at it. Young Joc in the Streetz Morning Takeover. Miss Shanika and Shawty. We're sitting here with Judge Christina Peterson. This is a situation that has been all over the news, national news now. Also, alongside her is a witness, Madison Shannon Kelly, who actually saw this whole altercation. You actually got it on camera. You filmed it, right?
Yes. I was the person that took the videos that you've been seeing all over the Instagram. Also, I was the person that initially saw the fact that the cop walked up behind her, and it was a total chaos and accident that whatever he's saying, she did not intentionally put her hands on any cops or do any of that. And I know for a fact that we was at a food truck. He was not taking a report at the time. I'm also the person that left my friend and wasn't brave enough to help her, and I ran to get security. That's who I am. And I was turned down by the security. They refused to help me. And then after the altercation, I was the person that had to call police back to the scene with my friend to get the police back to the scene because they totally left us outside.
So you told me the initial reason that the officers responded for, that was just kind of put on the back burner.
Yes. And I had to I really had to literally calm my friend down because she had been assaulted and nobody else helped her. And she was visibly upset. And it says in our report, the reason why she was so upset after the scene is because we saw an innocent woman that we had no idea who she was, had went to jail. And I watched the person just literally walk away. Literally walk away.
The attacker.
And I feel like if the focus had been put on the actual attack or what was going on, then we wouldn't be still looking for this gentleman.
Well, I'm going to say this, and I don't know how far this is going to go, but your camera footage, it definitely gives us some insight. But that's a club, and that's in Buckhead, and this camera's all around that place. So I think that should be the next point of action because, them cameras don't lie. And I mean, I myself have been in some situations in front of cameras, and people, when you see it, that's why you got to go and get not just camera phone footage. You got to go get footage that could show you from beginning to the end. So, in your conquest to receive fair justice, I hope that everything plays out, on your behalf. Thank you for sharing your story.
Okay. So what happens now, like with your, with them, I guess, not having you as a judge anymore in Douglasville?
They've already, like I said, tapped whoever they want to be in that seat already. I believe, again, the attacks on me is because I was challenging her qualifications to be in that seat. A lot of her actions could probably get her felonies, and so I was exposing that, which is why I believe I became more of a target. But they already have that. I feel like I'm gonna let them have what they need. I'm gonna fight where I want it. I'm gonna fight for the people who want my fight. So that's where I'll be. This won't be the last of me for sure.
And there it is. Y'all just heard it right there. Thank you, Judge Christina Peterson. Thank you again, Madison
Shannon
Kelly. That was you got like 3 first names. And thank you to everybody else involved, from the initial victim and to your legal counsel, Marvin Arrington Jr. as well. Hey man, it's gonna be more gonna come out on this, and we're gonna definitely be the first to have you in the know with all that, man. Thank you again for joining us. Keep it locked. Young Joc in the Streetz Morning Takeover.